Surprise, surprise. A Black Lives Matter leader pulled out the race card as a show host ripped her apart. In other words, the sky is blue. But in all seriousness, guys, this is a good video. I think it really encapsulates just how disgusting the racial ideology of the left wing is. It is anti-white. Yes, I said it, anti-white. I know it's really not impressive to say that nowadays, but for what it's worth, I was saying that before it was cool. But anyways, we're gonna get right to it, guys. It's gonna be a good clip. But first, do me a big favor here. Like our video and share it around so we can keep bringing you guys this great, hard-hitting content. And as always, everybody, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
Nearly at all. I mean, for what he did, he deserves no blame from your perspective, right?
Did you hear the witness testimony?
I'm asking you a question.
Or are you cherry-picking the ones
I'm asking you a question. Do you blame Jordan Neely at all for his conduct?
If Jordan Neely was a white man, we'd be saying it was an opioid crisis. He was hungry. He was mentally ill. He had a muffin in his pocket.
I wouldn't be if there were other. What about the witnesses? Let's play again, just so we're clear on the race.
I'm sure you won't play Eddie Gibson, who begged Daniel Neely to stop.
Oh, again, but he stayed there throughout the incident.
Play the ones that fit the narrative.
But what's the narrative? There's black women who were on the subway. It was mostly people of color on the subway.
What about a white man during cross-examination who said that he was afraid of Daniel Penny, the one who poured water onto his head and said that he was afraid? He was a white man.
Yeah, okay, so...
What about the Latino man who was holding his arms?
I'm not the one identifying everyone by race. You are. You're the one who keeps telling... Why? Why do you have to? There was nothing in this case.
Because when you look at the FBI, when you look at when hate crimes happen, when you look at when injustice happen to black people,
but let's agree.
We don't get justice.
Let's agree to...
I think it's no secret that these people are driven by a hatred of white people. It's really disgusting and despicable, and it's something we have to call out. Meanwhile, they sit here claiming this horrible moral high ground about you're the racist, not me. Really? Are you kidding me? Just listen to what she says about hate crimes and all this crap. What do you mean a hate crime? She's suggesting that Daniel Penny, a white man, went after Jordan Neely, a black man, solely because of the color of his skin. It was some kind of white and black racism, is what this lady is implying. Really? Really? Some crazy bum goes apeshit on a subway train, threatening to kill people, and that's somehow the white man's fault? Sick and tired of this crap, all right? We need to call this out for what it is. These people hate white people, all right? That is why those in the Black Lives Matter crowd preach what they do, all right? It's nothing to do with solving injustices or, bringing us equal. It's all a cop-out and a front, and you'll see this lady reveal herself even more. Watch this.
Look, I'm going to be doing a segment later this week on a missing black woman who has not been getting nearly enough attention.
Send it to me and I'll share the post.
By the media.
Absolutely.
Because I understand that, and to that degree, you have a fair point about the way sometimes the media and the justice system handles. But not in this case.
Doesn't.
This case, even the prosecutors conceded Daniel Penny had every right to go hands-on, and the question became, okay, when should he have stopped? I understand that.
The time frame on that from the DA's office was after 30 seconds. Can you not concede that Daniel Penny was a trained killer, that he not have his gray belt? United States Marine Corps is an assassin?
Sure, but
he knew.
Every Marine is a trained
because
assassin.
actually, black Marines and white Marines have reached out and actually told us he went too far.
Going too far is different from criminal.
Let me break it down. A chokehold, a blood chokehold, which he did. You're only supposed to hold someone in that move for 8 to 13 seconds. You're not supposed to do it longer than 2 minutes. Why did Daniel Penny, when the train was completely clear, everyone was on the platform, why did he hold it for nearly 6 minutes?
Because he was scared.
A Marine is scared of of someone he labeled as a crackhead.
Again, is it not possible that Daniel Penny, when he's doing this on the spot, stepping up to help people of many different races, moves in and doesn't have a clock with him to decide when he should stop and when he shouldn't, which is why, in the end, the jury acquitted, right?
No, actually, Daniel Penny was trained very well by the United States Marine Corps, and he knew what the signs were. He knew when Jordan's body was slacking. He knew that Jordan was going to die. Why didn't you show his face, Dan? You're a good man. Of when he laughed and when the first response, I'm critical of the police. We know this, right? NYPD tried to save his life while they were doing chest compressions. Daniel Penny laughed and said chest compressions. A good person, a hero. One last thing. Why did he never ask about the well-being in that police department about Jordan Neely?
So you're asking,
a hero.
You're asking a lot of questions that are sort of rhetorical questions, right? But the ultimate question is, why did the jury acquit? Is it because they're racist?
Why didn't he ask about Jordan Neely's well-being? Let me ask you a question, lady. Why do you not ask how Daniel Penny's well-being is after he had to step into an intense situation where unfortunately he was forced to render violence in order to protect those who are most vulnerable. Speaking of vulnerable, those victims, why don't you ask how they are feeling? You seem very preoccupied and concerned with how Jordan Neely, a disgusting career criminal, is feeling. By the way, this guy is no cupcake, all right? He has an extensive rap sheet full of many arrests, among of which are including punching and attacking women on more than one occasion. All right, so it's not like he was some little cupcake, little nice guy who walked in and then just suddenly got attacked out of nowhere. All right, he has a history of being a violent thug. Call it brutal, call it mean, call it insensitive, whatever you want. Guess what? It's the truth, and there's no denying it.
America is inherently biased.
So the jury is racist.
Have you seen?
I'm asking you a question. No, don't change the subject. Is it because the jury is racist?
Yes.
Okay.
The jurors.
Even the black person on the jury.
Would you like to hear something from
Yeah.
me? I believe that even black people can be anti-black. People are predeceived to see black people as a threat and as a victim because people called in. You heard the voice recordings when they called 911. Jordan Neely was in a chokehold for over 4 minutes, turning purple, which black people do in fact do that, and people still saw him as a harm. Even when his body went limp, he was still viewed as a criminal. So I'm sorry if I'm going to defend the needy, if I'm going to defend the poor. Why does no one talk about when Jordan Neely came on asking for water and being thirsty? Why does no one talk about...
Because that's not what happened right here. What happened right here, the reason he was held was not because he was asking for water. It's because he was scaring the heck out of everyone on the subway, which apparently he's done before.
Dan, anyone who has rode the New York City subway has encountered mentally ill people. Why are we having this conversation? And we don't kill them.
But you know what?
We offer help or we get out of the way.
But more people wish people
them.
would step up more and help and stop people from doing it.
So are you giving a license to vigilantism? Are you saying that we should kill
vigilante.
People? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying is it's very unfortunate. I think Daniel Penny would say it is really unfortunate that he died.
Why didn't he care when he was at the precinct? He showed no remorse.
And he shouldn't show any remorse. Jordan Neely was a scumbag who, like I said, has a history of violence and while on that subway was threatening to kill people, okay? And somehow he's the victim? He's a victim of this racist, anti-poor society? Are you kidding me? I'm just so sick of this crap. She says, why won't people defend the poor? Why are you defending a violent piece of crap? That's what this guy should be asking her right now, you know? And look, not to bag on the anchor too much, he seems like a nice guy, but we need to stop letting these people get away with their bull crap, okay? When he's sitting here trying to find common ground and agree with her, he shouldn't be doing that. He should just be saying, you're a scumbag, you're defending a violent piece of crap, and it's because you hate white people. It's that simple. We need to call it out for what it is. I'm so sick of this a little, nice approach of, well, I can agree with you on some points, but, what about the fact that she doesn't care, all right? She's made that very clear.
Because he was defending what he did.
He lied in that defense, too. Do you know he told people, he told the police, who people love, that people respect the police's opinion, right? People respect what they do. People respect that honor.
BLM
he
does.
lied in the 5th precinct. How can anything he do, can we just stop calling him a hero?
No.
Can we do that?
No, I can't. I actually do view what he did as heroic.
Well, guys, unfortunately, the clip cuts off right there, so that's all we have today. But what'd you think? I think it's very obvious how anti-white these people are, and we got to call it out for what it is, okay? Enough's enough. With all that being said, comment below, everybody. Let us know what you thought about the video, and we'll see you again soon. God bless.